Hi, everybody. I'm Suze Orman, and you are watching The Suze Orman Show. Tonight, we are going to talk about your retirement roadmap, the rules to retirement, whether you are 20, 30, 40, 50, or 60. There are things that you need to do right here and right now so that one day you can retire. Now, you may be thinking, what's Suze talking about? I can't think about retirement right now. I can barely pay my bills. Well, I have a question for all of you if you're thinking that, and you better be able to answer this question. If you can't afford to pay your bills while you have a paycheck coming in, how are you going to be able to afford those exact same bills? You think your electricity, your phone, gasoline, insurance costs are going away? They aren't. How are you going to be able to pay those exact same bills later on in life when you no longer have a paycheck coming in? So whether you like it or not, you have got to start right here and right now to save for your retirement. So I'm going to be talking to you tonight about where should you be putting your pedal to the metal? Where do you really need to go for it? Where do you need to put your brakes on and not do something that maybe you are doing? And where should you park that money if you need to be safe and sound? Now, as I'm giving you these rules, you have got to understand I'm already going to assume that you are totally out of credit card debt and you have your 8-month emergency fund. Because we know that here on the Suze Orman Show, those are mandatory items before you do anything else in your life. All right, so let's move on to your 30s. You're getting a little older, aren't you? Here's the thing. When you are in your 30s, many of you still have student loan debt, and you have got to really be tackling that student loan debt. Why is that? That is because I tell you this all the time. Student loan debt is a debt that's never going to go away. So I want you to make it your number one priority to get rid of that student loan debt. That is number one. Number two, I want you, if you don't have one already, I want you to seriously start thinking about saving enough money so that you can purchase a home that you can call your own. I know. A lot of people are saying, I'm afraid of real estate. I don't want to get burned. Listen, in the long run, a piece of real estate is going to give you security. Given the price decline in many areas, it's going to be just as cheap as renting. So can you at least start thinking about owning a home? Number three, life insurance. Now you may be in a point of your life where you have children. Maybe you have a stay-at-home spouse. One of your spouses is staying at home to take care of your children. Things are happening. Maybe others are dependent upon you for your money in case something happens to you. So you need to look into making sure that you are properly insured. Term insurance is the way that you should go. Also, here you are with children. Possibly, you better have not only a will, but a living revocable trust as well. Because if something happens to you, your kids are minors still at this age. Who's going to take care of them? Who's going to watch over their money? You need a living revocable trust. Those are the things you need to put your pedal to the metal for. Where do you put on the brake? The only place that you put on the brake, honest to God, is you do not buy a home until you have at least 20% to put down, an 8-month emergency fund, and you don't have any credit card debt. Then you can buy a home. Until then, just go slow. All right, let's go to one of my Twitters, DG Stinner. He wants to know, what percentage of your annual salary should you have already in retirement by the age of, 35? DG, listen to me. It's impossible for me to answer that question. And in fact, I'm going to say this to a lot of you that are tweeting me this question. How can I tell you how much money you should have in retirement when you aren't telling me how much money you make? You're not telling me enough things about you. Everything is personal about this retirement roadmap. So stop thinking that there is a certain formula you have to fit into this box. Look at your life. Look at where you're going. Are you on the right road here? Are you getting to where you need to go? The way to figure it out is this. If interest rates go back up to, let's say, 4 or 5%, where that's what you could get easily on an investment, you will need anywhere from 20 to 25 times your annual needs. So if your annual needs are $50,000 a year in retirement, or you project that's what you're going to need a year to live on, times 50,000 times 20 times 25, that's about $1 million. That's about how much money you're going to need in retirement to generate the income you need.